curious though, what influenced you to write something like that? Was it general news media or another author, or just general?
Well, that's a good question. We all want to know, if we're interested in what writers do, why do you do this stuff anyway? And pretty much the same reason as everything else I do. Whatever impassions me at any given time, I try to find ways to write about it. And I've done this over and over with the genre books, whether you've noticed it or not. So with this particular thing, I just decided I wanted to do a futuristic thriller. I wanted to do something different. I did not want to do another fantasy. I wanted to talk about something about what was happening in the present. So those tropes are in there. There's no question about it. But this is not a polemic. This is not supposed to be, a political statement about my standing on how the world is. You can read about that somewhere else, I'm sure. But what I'm writing about is my feeling that, we're a polarized world, and I don't like it. We have all kinds of ways that we can marginalize other people, and we seem to work very hard to make this happen. Now, I'm not, all right, let me not get into this too far. But so what I wanted to do was write something about genetics in the future, because I think that's going to become an increasingly important issue and increasingly prevalent in the way we see the world. We're already building robots that can do all kinds of different things, or robotic devices that can do all kinds of things. Think not being the most important necessarily. And I think we're going to see a lot more happen as well with genetic manipulation and with finding ways to take people who have been wholly ruined through accidents or one thing or another and put back together again. And in fact, a couple of these street freaks are exactly that. They suffered horrific diseases, or they suffered damaging accidents, and they were put back together again through the miracle of science. There you go. But that doesn't mean that they're going to be accepted in the world in which we live. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. And then, just for fun, I threw in a love story. Between a human and a synthetic. And I threw in a government conspiracy. Ha! We could do that too, So anyhow, it was just I was inspired to write something different mostly. I wanted to do something, out of the box. And so that was what led to Street Freaks. Yeah. Lady way in the back.
How do you think your writing process has changed over the course of your career?
Oh, dramatically. I didn't realize when I started out, naive or not, that it would change. I always thought, I'll just do this the same way, I'm sure. I'll change thoughts and so forth. But the problem is that you don't take into account sometimes all the ways your life is going to change. I mean, I'm not the same person I was 40 years ago or 20 years ago. I don't have the same interests that I used to have, or concerns or anything else. And my home life, for example, has gone through I'm getting married, I'm having children, I'm raising the children, they're going to grade school, they're going to high school, they're going to college, hurry up, and then they move out. And I wrote in the early days on weekends and nights, because that was when I had free time, and I don't have another job anymore, to support myself. So now, here in my 70s, I have a wife who's at home with me, and we share a life of books mostly. But a few other things too. And children are all gone, although they're still close enough that they can come over whenever they feel like it. So I have a lot of free time I didn't have then, but I don't have the energy. I can't do nights and weekends anymore. I can barely make it to bed at 9 o'clock. So I'm up at 5 because I'm awake at 5. What's that about? But that's when I write now, is at 5 o'clock in the morning till about 9, and then after breakfast or whatever, I'll write on till noon. But that's when I'm creative. That's when I'm ready to go. So you have to pay attention to that. You can't just kick it to the curb and say, I'm not going to write when I know. So it's changed that way. I don't outline the way I used to. I was pretty dogmatic about it. But I've done this often enough, successfully, fortunately, that I feel like I can just move along in the same way. Writers talk about this all the time. We talk among ourselves about how we've changed, and about how all of us who started out in